Howdy everyone, and welcome to the Serial Geek TV YouTube channel. My name is James Eatock, and today we're going to take a look at one of my favourite episodes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and how the UK censors utterly butchered it. As has been explained before, due to censorship laws in the United Kingdom, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon was renamed Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles and was the victim of many edits throughout its initial seasons. Any dialogue with the word ninja was edited or completely removed, and all scenes of Michelangelo using his nunchucks were removed entirely. Turtles on Trial is one of the best episodes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It has a memorable story in which Clayton Kellerman, a loudmouth talk show host, begins to turn the city of New York against the Turtles, claiming that they are a menace. The Turtles not only struggle to clear their name throughout the episode, but they have to battle Shredder, Bebop and Rocksteady in a museum, as well as stop Krang, the warlord of Dimension X, who has decided to take matters into his own hands. Not only is the story worth mentioning, but visually the episode features some of the finest Japanese animation to grace the series, with wonderful direction and strong character animation. Sadly for we viewers in the UK, due to the excessive use of Michelangelo's nunchucks, this episode's action scenes were heavily edited. Now, when I say heavily edited, I mean to the point of utter confusion, as you will see. The British Board of Film Classification made the original edits. However, when the episode was first broadcast on children's BBC, numerous further edits were made. As a result, the scenes in which Bebop wielded a mace and chain and Shredder uses a bow and arrow were also completely removed. To this day, those of us in the UK that remember this episode broadcast the first time around can recall many of the edits. For example, for the longest time we were all left scratching our heads as to why Michelangelo is suddenly wearing a helmet from a nearby suit of armour in one particular shot. It wouldn't be until many years later when we UK fans would get our hands on the original episode and realise that an entire scene was removed in which Michelangelo dons the suit of armour and chases down Shredder. And this is just one example. In this video I'm not going to showcase the amount of times the word ninja was removed or the removal of the act breaks, which was a common practice for UK terrestrial channels at the time. My plan is to showcase just how many enjoyable scenes were removed from the episode. Now, take a deep breath and prepare yourself. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power! Having stopped the first criminal in his tracks, Donatello, Michelangelo and Raphael run into shot. Donatello looks towards his fellow turtles and states, "Not bad, huh?" As soon as the words come out of his mouth, we suddenly see the second criminal inexplicably fall over. The shot is so sudden that we have no idea how he came to fall over of his own accord. In the original, Michelangelo continues to move forward, whips out his nunchucks and spins them. He replies to Donatello, "Outstanding, mon frere. Now check out these chucks." Michelangelo then throws his spinning chucks in the direction of the fleeing second criminal. The chucks comically fly through the air with Michelangelo excitedly watching. The nunchucks wrap themselves around the feet of the criminal, prompting Michelangelo to yell in victory. We then see a shot of the criminal, his feet now bound by the nunchucks, falling over. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power! During the memorable fight between the forces of good and evil in the museum, Shredder and Bebop enter a room full of weapons. Shredder orders Bebop, "Stop chattering and grab a weapon, they're right behind us." However, before either can pick up a weapon, we see a close-up of Bebop asking, "Where'd everybody go?" Seconds later, Leonardo appears with a reflective shield, scaring Bebop. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power! In the original, Shredder removes a net from the wall as Bebop picks up a mace and chain, declaring, "It's Tweedle bashing time." Seconds later, the turtles enter the room, but Shredder throws a net over them. As they struggle to break free, Bebop charges at them, spinning the mace and chain, shouting, "Warthog power!" at the top of his lungs. The turtles manage to free themselves and scatter. Leonardo spots a reflective shield which gives him an idea. We then see a shot of the turtles hiding from Bebop, who, in close-up, asks, "Where'd everybody go?" Seconds later, Leonardo appears with a reflective shield, scaring Bebop. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power! As a terrified Bebop runs away from the turtles, scared by his own reflection, he runs directly past Shredder, who angrily says, "Bebop, you imbecile." We then see a shot of Donatello and Raphael still in their hiding positions and peering over a glass cabinet in the direction of Shredder. The camera then pans over to April O'Neil standing behind a pillar and Michelangelo crouched next to a suit of armour.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
In the original, with Bebop having fled past him, Shredder rushes over to a bow and arrow displayed on the museum wall whilst telling Bebop, "Never mind, I'll take care of them." He removes the bow and arrow from the wall and begins to position an arrow into the firing mechanism. We then see Raphael and Donatello behind a glass cabinet as a couple of arrows fly past them. Comically, in order to better protect themselves, both turtles duck their heads into their shells. Raphael quips, "Great, where's John Wayne when we need him?" as both turtles peer out from behind their shells. The camera pans over to April O'Neil standing behind a pillar and Michelangelo crouched next to a suit of armour.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
Michelangelo glances at the suit of armour he is crouched next to before announcing to the audience, "Major brainstorm." Suddenly we see Bebop with a cannonball held above his head stating, "Turtle Toe Jam coming up." He then throws the cannonball down and we see Michelangelo avoid it. However, for some unknown reason, Michelangelo is now wearing the helmet from the suit of armour.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
In the original, after Michelangelo announces that he has a major brainstorm, we see Shredder preparing his bow and arrow once more. We then see Michelangelo charging towards Shredder in a suit of armour with his nunchucks spinning furiously. Shredder fires an arrow at Michelangelo, but it bounces off of the armour. Shredder begins to flee, pursued by the armoured turtle. Suddenly a cannonball lands on Michelangelo's head, causing all of his armour to fall off. We then see Bebop with a cannonball held above his head stating, "Turtle Toe Jam coming up."
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
As Shredder and his goons flee the museum, the villain momentarily stops at the doorway, revealing that he holds a throwing star. In an effort to stop the turtles in their tracks, he spins around and throws the weapon at the museum's glass cabinet full of explosives. The subsequent explosions prevent the turtles from being able to pursue Shredder.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
In the original, with the throwing star in hand, Shredder spins around and throws the weapon. We see the shot animated as if it were in slow motion with the throwing star menacingly spinning, accompanied by the noise of the object piercing the air. The throwing star then strikes the museum's glass cabinet full of explosives. In this scene, April O'Neil prepares the turtles for their interview with Clayton Kellerman. However, during this sequence, Michelangelo randomly whips out his nunchucks, which resulted in some drastic edits being made to the visuals. Rather than remove the scene on this occasion, the editors kept the audio intact and opted to mix up a few of the shots to cover up the nunchuck visuals. The end result, as with many of the edits in this episode, is a little on the confusing side. Rather than explain how the UK censors covered up the fact that Michelangelo had his nunchucks present throughout this scene, I will instead let the sequences play out with their respective audios, just so you can see how weird the UK edit was.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
We'll take it from here. You guys can talk to Kellerman from down here. You okay, Michelangelo? You look kind of nervous.
Who, me? Nervous? What a bogus concept.
Come on, Michelangelo. It's only a TV show.
Yeah, just forget that 100 million people will be watching you.
100 million people?
Okay, it's showtime.
Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
We'll take it from here. You guys can talk to Kellerman from down here. You okay, Michelangelo? You look kind of nervous.
Who, me? Nervous? What a bogus concept.
Come on, Michelangelo. It's only a TV show.
Yeah, just forget that 100 million people will be watching you.
100 million people?
Okay, it's showtime.
The edits I've shown in this video total up to a whopping 54 seconds of removed material. That's mind-boggling. Again, I should make mention that the 54 seconds does not include the edits to the scenes in which the word ninja is removed, or the edit to the act break, which is rather lengthy. At a guess, with those further edits, the footage removed in this episode would effortlessly venture over a minute. Thankfully, there was a version of this episode released on home video and broadcast on UK satellite channels that retained the scene in which Bebop had his ball and chain and Shredder had his bow and arrow. That said, it would have been nice had there been no edits at all. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching, thank you for getting this far. Please be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I shall catch you on the next one.